Okay. I guess it was already recording, so let's go ahead. So I'm coming to you guys to share on today's team call, which are now being done on Zoom. As you can see, that's why we're here. I've been doing them on Facebook Live, and I really am being guided by my upline, which is y'all's upline as well, Charlie and Amy, to be present and to allow for us to really grow. We have to show up. And so if you want to show up and ask questions, Facebook Live, it has that feature where we can type in questions, but these Zoom calls really allow us to go deeper. So I have you, a few of you, I think I put on mute, or maybe you're all on mute, but you can unmute yourself if at any time you have a question. So don't feel like I don't want you to talk. I do want you to talk, and I want us to share on these and grow together. It's not just about me talking to you. And that's why I also have invited anyone on the doTERRA team Facebook group page. Once you hit elite, I invite you to please start teaching, even if you want to teach about something about power of three. You might think, oh, my team gets power of three. But believe me, I still get questions from people who are over elite about power of three. So it's kind of funny. So don't feel like, if you are thinking of a topic to present on one week and you're like, oh, everybody gets that. Believe me, somebody really could use it if you hear within yourself that you should teach it. So you can teach about, really about anything that you've learned in the business. And my request from you is, if you have a question about the business, why don't you get the answer from me, from Amy and Charlie, from calling doTERRA, from Googling it and watching something, and then why don't you share on that topic? Because the best way to learn for me when I have that kind of situation is by teaching. So I do the research and then I regurgitate it to you guys right back, because that's how I can lock it into my memory, and that's how I really actually learn this business, is by having a question, seeking the answer, finding it, and then sharing it. If I don't share the answer right away, it'll go away from me. So that's why I do a lot of Facebook Lives, or I'll do a quick recording of something, because I want to lock it into my memory. And not to mention, we have this ability with Zoom to go ahead and record them, so that that question that was a question for your own consciousness or for someone on your team, you have a recording. It's from us, as a group, and you can share that recording to somebody later, as 2 years down the road when you're sharing this business. And like, oh, I did a team training on that, or Julie did a team training on that. Let me find that recording. Of course, we can find recordings from every other team with doTERRA, 3 million large group of people. But I think it's nice when we as a team grow together and film and do these recordings, so that we can, put our stamp on the map. So compliance and doTERRA, wellness speak. So this is a topic that really started to hit home when the FDA, was sharing about making sure that we are super compliant when we speak, and about not making claims that state that, this oil will cure this. So we have to be super conscious about what we say on our verbal communication to people in classes and one-on-ones, on filming, especially on social media. So why wellness speaks? It's a twofold reason. One is because it's required now by doTERRA. And number two is, when you are speaking in wellness terms, it assists consciousness to let go of disease consciousness. It assists you to upgrade out of disease consciousness, and it allows your body to be well. When we hold on to a disease name, let's say my scoliosis, we tell our body to hang on tight and keep maintaining the energetic configuration of the disease itself. So, I speak to that very personally, and I've shared that on Facebook recently, that I carried around my x-rays to my college when I moved to college, and my new chiropractor in Gainesville, Dr. John Smith, basically laughed at me when I brought the x-rays in and said, "Are you ready to let go of those x-rays?" And he threw them away. He said, "If you hold on to that, you're going to keep the scoliosis." So this really is speaking big truth for me, not to mention through the years of knowing that if you keep identifying with something, a limiting belief, a block, oh, I have this story, and you keep sticking to that story and you don't evolve it and speak in a new language about it, you will keep coming up to that in your life. And so disease energetic formations are the same thing. If you catch someone in class saying my, diabetes, try to get them to at least let go of the my and say the diabetes. And then the awesome upgrade is to literally start to speak in a new language that would say whatever that body system is. So diabetes affects the pancreas. You could say back to them, pancreatic health is what you're working on. Okay. So let's talk a little bit deeper about this. And a lot of this I just pulled straight from doTERRA corporate. And this is some do's, what to do. You do refer to temporary emotions, lift the mood, reduces irritability. You can say those things. You can also use cosmetic claims, cleanses, improves appearances. You can use structure function claims like health, wellness, supports, maintains. I love using health wellness. When I talk to anybody about any disease they bring up to me in a class, I'll say, oh, just like with the pancreas, I'll say, oh, you want to work on cellular health, or you're looking to have, metabolism health. So you can, really just take whatever body system and then work with the structure function type words, health, wellness, supports, maintains. Refer to general body parts and systems, just like I said. So respiratory health is what you're wanting to support. Refer to normal conditions associated with a natural state or process. Morning sickness during pregnancy, hot flashes during menopause. So you can say this is all a yes, you're allowed to say this. The last bullet, or second to last, says using qualifiers such as mild, typical, normal, occasional, or other words to distinguish a temporary or minor condition from a symptom of disease, like occasional stomach upset, muscle soreness from exercise. So you can say, occasional stomach upset that comes with pregnancy. You can say that, but you can't speak directly to the actual disease word or condition. Okay? Do use the FDA disclaimer only when with structure function claims. So when your website gets approved, you get an FDA disclaimer, and I can actually post that on this event page when I'm done if any of you want to see that. Some definitions I pulled out to help you also understand what I just said. So Andrea, you can ask a question, just take yourself off mute.
Hey, Alasa. I just wanted to comment real quick because I don't think we're able to see your screen, and that might not be. We were obviously listening to you, but I just wanted to let you know it looks white on our end.
Can anyone else not see this? The PowerPoint?
Yeah, that's Heath. Yeah, so I could see the screen before, and then now it just turned white, and I was listening to you, but responding. Now I can see you, but hello, love, but not screen. Hi.
Let's see if I can get it just to come back.
Okay. There we go.
Got it?
Yeah. It's a little hard to read. I'm looking at it on my phone. Okay, there we go. Now I can see it.
And I'm going to post, whenever I make a PowerPoint these days, I do them on Google Slides. You can get that with your Gmail account. They're free. And when you do it, it creates a vertical, you can make an ebook out of it. So it's really nice. You just share it or save it as a PDF, and you can share it with people. You can also still upload it to YouTube. It still is a PowerPoint, but it's awesome. So I will make sure I post the shareable ebook of this, okay?
That's great.
So the next thing is just some definitions about what I just talked about. So cosmetic claims that a product cleanses, beautifies, promotes attractiveness, or alters appearance. So you can say these things, okay? That was one of the yes, you can do cosmetic claims. Structure function claims that a product helps the body stay healthy and function normally or contributes to general well-being. Like an example is supports the immune system. Those are, again, wellness. You can put anything like respiratory health, cellular support, any of that health, wellness, support, maintains. Those are structure function words. Disease, drug, medical claims. These are claims that a product diagnoses, prevents, treats, or cures disease. So that's something we cannot do. Disease is a damage to an organ, a part, a structure, or a system of the body such that it does not function properly. So that's how all those, health concerns that we have in our Modern Essentials book, they're speaking typically to the disease state, the damage that's been done. The FDA disclaimer, actually I have it here, awesome. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. So what it said on that last slide was, when you use structure function claims like supports the immune system, they want you to put the FDA disclaimer. Didn't know that, I just learned that from making these slideshow. Okay, so don'ts, and I have on the don't slide, up on the right here, it's a Digest Zen, Nature's Pepto-Bismol. At the first signs of a digestive issue, reach for Digest Zen. So this kind of was a good example, Andrea, what that one upline leader had tagged me about the over-the-counter products that can be used or used to be used when you're thinking about using a doTERRA product. So they're saying don't use these types of, ads. Don't use disease claims. Don't use words such as disease, illness, cure, treat, repair, chronic. Don't refer to any disease or illness such as cancer, etc. Don't refer to symptoms of diseases such as coughing, sneezing, fever. So, and again, it's tricky. So when in doubt, just try to steer clear of linking anything to the disease name, and instead just put respiratory health instead of saying coughing. Don't recommend a product as a substitute for a drug. We just went over that. Don't recommend a product to augment a treatment or drug. And don't imply that a disease claim through pictures or symbols. So even if you're not saying it, don't try to just be tricky about it and put a picture of it. What are structure function claims? Again, I know I've just said this, but I really want to hit home with this. A claim that states a product helps the body stay healthy and function normally or contributes to general well-being, and then e.g. supports the immune system, is a structure function claim. And so these are good to do, and this really is what will unlink people from hanging on to their disease. I have diabetes, I've had it for 30 years. Well, what if we let go of the, I have it and it's mine, to I want to start supporting my pancreatic health. And then I just gave another example of that. Someone in class says, I have cancer, will tangerine cure it? Oh, you're wondering if tangerine will help cellular health. Yes, it will. So, and you can say that, and I tend to do that in classes as I'll, kind of make it a little bit jokey. But then I give them a little backstory or understanding of, look, are you all ready to really let go of this? And let's be well, let's choose our words wisely. A whole list for each product of claim can be found at this website, doTERRA.com. And I was going to try to put some up here, but it's a huge long list, and there's tons of long lists. There's a whole list, a whole page for social media, for websites. But this list that I put the link for is actually it lists out, Arbor Vitae, Deep Blue, each product, and it gives you 10 bullets of things you can say. So if you're looking to make an ad or, do a new slideshow, I would definitely look to that and make sure that what you're putting, even if you're copying, pasting, or using an old slideshow before the FDA came down on us, I would look and kind of double check, is this an upgraded slideshow, or, can I use some of these bullets from the approved claim list from doTERRA's website? And over here I have, is this it should be an approved social media ad? Suffering from asthma? No. So I just put some here to kind of give us some ideas. And this is for Andrea and everybody, but you had requested this. This is a body system slide. So I know you're driving, Andrea, so that's why I love making ebooks out of these so you can look at them more closely. But literally, it's just helping you to know, where is is the pituitary part of the endocrine system. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you haven't had an anatomy course in 10 years. But this just shows you in systems, like what parts of the body are connected to that system. So that could be something that you guys kind of take a closer look at later. If you do have trouble trying to think of, well, where is the blood vessels? What are they connected to? Oh, the cardiovascular system. So if someone's asking about high blood pressure, you can say, oh, you want to work on cardiovascular health. So you're able to learn a new language by knowing what system encompasses what body parts, and how can you upgrade your own thinking about it by starting, you got to at least know these systems to be able to speak in a new language. So I would definitely study this page. So do's on social media, I just put a couple ads that were positive, that were definitely okay, and it's a spring diffusing blend. It doesn't say, allergy blend. That would not be kosher in social media language from doTERRA's point of view. You could say seasonal discomforts, that is allowed, but this one is spring diffusing blend, so that's allowed. The bottom ad says must have doTERRA oils for hiking, so it's just speaking to very common language, not attaching to any kind of disease. Some don'ts that I pulled up were a migraine, don't wait for pills to kick in, stop that pain now. This is not an approved ad. They do not want you putting migraine or any of those words. Like instead of saying a bacteria infection, you could say you got a bug. So you can be kind of funny about it and try to find names that are something that you're making up or that are very generic and not the actual disease or symptom name. Allergy cures, this is not an approved ad, like I just said. You would more want to put like seasonal discomfort assistance. And then this is pretty common. I've posted this before on doTERRA, but you might want to save this to your phone. And if you are a big social media person and you love making ads, I know I do. So this is some, very simple words to point to say, yes, I definitely can use these structure function words in my advertisement. When in doubt, ask doTERRA or see the doTERRA website. Like I said, there's so much resource on there that I was able to pull from to create this slideshow. We have to hold, we are blessed to be able to carry these oils on us. Like I feel so honored when I carry my bag of oils on my side if I'm going to a home party or something. And it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm allowed to, I'm honored, and I hold such reverence and respect to be able to carry such high frequency tools upon my purse. So do your best to speak wellness in person, on the phone, on camera, on ads and blogs, on social media, amongst friends. Let's upgrade ourselves, each other, and choose to be well. So that is my presentation to you guys. I really, I think we're doing great on this topic. I don't think that, I've seen a lot of things that I've been having to raise an eyebrow or wonder or ask about, but they come every so often. If you're someone who seeks Google and you type in a image and you're looking for something that someone else has done, you're like, oh, it's already been done, it must be approved. Just remember, pre 2 years ago, there's tons of images on Google that have that are old ads, and you don't just want to share them because thinking, oh, they must be okay. You really want to make sure that they're upgraded. So you have a tool here. That's why I wanted to make this, and I encourage you guys, like I said, if you, I'm going to post after this the ebook. If some of your team didn't get on this call, you can send them recording when we do these, or you can send them the ebook, the slideshow, and I look forward to seeing some of your presentations. Did anybody have any questions about that?
So Alasa, it's Heath. Where are you going to have the recording of this? Will it be on doTERRA or?
Yeah, I like to put it right with the event, and then I even post it on its own post. However, because these are all, I always do all my recordings straight to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So if you couldn't find it, you could just like Google YouTube, but I will put it on the doTERRA page right after this.
Okay, perfect. And that's what I was going to ask you because I have a YouTube channel too, as you know, where I put my stuff. So do you have, is it like a doTERRA YouTube? So if like we do have somebody who we want to point out this video, a month from now or something like that, which YouTube channel is it on?
I always put all the business, doTERRA business on YouTube channel.
Oh, on which YouTube?
On the doTERRA Wellness.
Okay, perfect. Good. And that'll be good for people to know that are listening now, but also people, that are listening in the future too. So perfect. All righty. Well, thank you. That was helpful for, and everything. And I think that one thing I just want to contribute to, because I know Andrea's on the call and she was a big part of the compliance part. And then Julie's a little newer, but I'm really proud of you guys too, because we really improved. Don't you agree, Alasa, from what we used to say?
Yeah. And it's, it's definitely, I'm not going to say hard because everything I say is powerful. I know it can be challenging when you are going to create an ad or you're talking, especially in a class, and there's a lot of energy coming towards you. Mm-hmm. And, if you catch yourself saying something that's not kosher, let them know, oh gosh, I'm still hanging on to this old way of thinking. I'm ready to open up to wellness. So use it as a teaching opportunity if you do just mess up somewhere. We're all human. Mm-hmm. And it's a great opportunity for someone to realize why you keep saying cellular health. They're like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to share, Andrea?
The only thing that I would like to share is the image that you put up of the different health systems. I started looking at like the basic anatomy chart, but that is super helpful and something that I will definitely be studying.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because like I said, if you haven't had that class in a while, it might be like, just a whole new world. As well as with working with doTERRA, it's awesome to study anatomy. I suggest if any of you want to do an anatomy presentation on one of these 1 p.m. Tuesdays, that would be awesome. I think that would be well worth my time to watch. So I'll put that out there. Thank you. Anyone else? Kay or Julie, did you have anything you want to share?
Hey, Andrea, something that just came to me I just want to share with you real quick. Remember the continuing education events that we have on the fourth Saturday at doTERRA? Remember how you took one? It's further in the year, but we weren't sure what the topic was. We said we'd kind of touch base on it.
Sure. I do vaguely.
Yeah, so you basically committed to teaching one, and I remember you were like a little nervous at first. You're like, I don't know, and then you're like, all right, I'll do it. And then we said we'd talk about possibly what the topic would be later, because you have an interest in the anatomy part. Just something for you to brainstorm. You may want to look more in depth on that, and then maybe you teach that. I can't remember the month off the top of my head. I think it's closer to the end of the year, but that's just something that came to me because you seem to take an interest in the anatomy part of things.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. But for some reason, I feel like since I wasn't sure that those spots got filled up pretty quickly, so I'll have to go back and double check.
Yeah, double check, and then you can always touch base with me and Alasa, because Alasa will have the calendar when we all took a different month. And I want to say off the top of my head it was like October or something. So yeah, double check that, and then just as you're thinking of the topic, if you start to expand on anatomy and just love it, maybe that's something you teach on, or something we talk about down the line as a team.
Cool. Yep.
Cool.
And I will say, Andrea, when I get to the center tomorrow, I'll take a picture of an awesome flyer that really it targets anatomy and the most common things used for that anatomy part. Like Mito2 Max, most commonly used for increasing your energy level for cardiovascular system. So it kind of tags those two, the product and the oil, with the system. So I'll take a picture of that. That could be an awesome class.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, guys. Well, I like to really be on point with these with timings. I know everybody's schedule's tight. So if that's all the questions we have, I'm going to go ahead in the call. Okay.
Awesome, girl. Thank you very much.